Why do you pledge allegiance every morning to the flag? That is if you go to public school. But this could also be figuratively for people that don't go to public school, for, adults and homeschooled people and stuff like that. Basically, what I'm saying is, why, why patriotic? And there's a lot of countries other than America that are patriotic too. Now, if you are personally patriotic, that's one thing, and I'd like to hear your reasons why. Maybe it's the history of the greatness of America. I mean, it can't be modern day America. We're not what we used to be, really. I love the rights that we used to have, but we're better off than a lot of countries, but at the same time, why would you settle down and swear allegiance to one form of government instead of trying to compromise and come up with something better? We as Americans are involved in so many more wars than any other country I can really think of. I mean, we constantly get our hands in everything. We are the police of the world, and our military is our power. The military-industrial complex is what really got us out of the Great Depression, and that just proved that at that moment we realized we were a country to be militant. We were destined to be a big badass military. But all war does is it causes suffering, and it ends lives, obviously. It just tears families apart. And when it all comes down to it, forget countries, we're all people. The only thing that should really be different, at least at this point in time on Earth, between us humans is our geographic location and our language, which 1,000 years from now, we're probably going to speak the same language due to how connected we are now. We're going to end up speaking the same language. So the end result's just going to be geography, where we are on this planet. But all of us are born into a country, these invisible borders that don't mean shit, and this form of currency, and that's really the only thing that essentially divides us. And then we become so connected to this form of government. Even though it's not perfect, you don't try to make it better. You don't try to evolve past needing a government. As a people, that's what we should be doing. I mean, I feel like we're really in like a Renaissance era, like a more modernized Renaissance. People are wakening up, it seems to be, and I think we're gonna end up, maybe not this generation, maybe not the next one, but in this general time period, we're going to start thinking, we're going to start having more intelligence and get past governments. So, here's what I propose, and I'm just an idealist, this is probably not even conceivable or going to happen, but I suggest that in order to end wars, since all wars are started by governments, not the people don't wage wars, governments do. As George Carlin once said, it's old rich people sending young poor people to die for their private property. It's the poor people, the young poor people didn't choose this battle, but it's that patriotic sense, that reason that you got up every morning in public school, even at age 5, before you could even comprehend what a pledge actually was. You were swearing your allegiance. Back in the 1930s, it used to be this, but after evil Hitler, we just started doing this. Big difference, right? Other than that, all the same. To me, it's brainwashing. You can call me an asshole if you want to, but whatever. Fuck you. And, so you develop this patriotic sense, right? And, then, by the time you're old enough, you're 18, you're a young man, probably even in your early 20s, and you sign up to go into the war. Why? Because you're America! And them guys over there, they speak their blibbity-blab fake language, they don't matter. That's what they think about us too, man. That's what they think about us. It's all the same. Here's my idea. What if we just stopped showing up to the battlefield? All of us, collectively, our side and their side. Because the people obviously don't give a shit. Other than the fact that, they're patriotic and stuff, but they did not wage that war, right? So it's not their war. Just like it's not our war whenever we go into a war. Why don't we just not show up anymore? All of us. Who's gonna stop us? Our general? He's gonna be standing out there waiting. Nobody shows up. The other guy's general. Nobody shows up. What? They're just gonna have to duke it out or something. Because their boys ain't there. We're smarter than that. So, if that could happen, that'd be fucking great. And no more war would happen. Because, honestly, I feel like nobody personally really wants to go to war. It's just because everybody else does it. It's like we're a flock of sheep. That's all it really is. Once we can get to that point, once we can get to the point where we reject the wars that the old rich men feed us to protect their private property, once we reject that, then governments are going to start collapsing. Because there's going to be no need for a government, at least like a foreign policy anymore. Because no matter what, nobody's going to do shit about anything, really. And once foreign policies collapse, I'd imagine it would just be dominoes from there. You know, governments would start meaning less and less. People would just not really do heinous shit to each other. And even if they do, the townspeople will kill them. We don't need this huge system. You know, call me a terrorist if you want. My mother already did this. But call me a terrorist if you want. I don't care. I choose freedom over peace. Peace and freedom are two things that cannot completely coexist. Because when you have peace, you have someone wiping your ass all the time, telling you you can do this, but you can't do this because this hurts other people, but you can do this because, you know, that's your divine rights, you know, just shit like that. But freedom, you do whatever you want. It's not like I want to go out and kill people, so I won't. If someone else decides to kill me, well, it's all in the name of freedom, man. You can kill me if you want to, because you can bless your freedoms to kill me if you need to. So peace and freedom will never coexist, but I choose the latter. I choose freedom over peace. If anybody watches this video, anybody at all, I'm not a popular YouTuber yet, comment and tell me what you feel. Would you rather have peace? Would you rather live like similar to how we do now and not really able to make your own choices or anything like that, and you're constantly told what to do? You're babied. I don't mean to sound biased. Sorry, it came out really biased, but would you rather be in peace, or would you rather have freedom to live your life literally however the fuck you want to live it? If I get killed, you know, fuck it. That was the person's freedom to choose to kill me. So, yeah, if anybody out there watches this, just comment or whatever. I'd like to hear this. I'd like to have a discussion about this with somebody. An intellectual, preferably, not a troll. Like on my last two videos, that dick. Well, I'm going now. See ya.